Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review of us, the British Fist.
Ka-ching.
Mr. Parkin here, this guy's sitting next to me. You got him on Impact, you're getting him on Raw. It's none other than the right and unhonourable Terminator MJ.
What's up?
What's up indeed? Subscribe above if you dare, like if you dare, and comment your thoughts down in the comment section below, as I'm sure you lovely people will.
And you better contact us in the links in the box below.
Yeah, you see how I pandered to the fans there, like Vince McMahon did on tonight's episode of Raw, and how you did the typical heel thing of not pandering to the fans at all and trying to get as much heel heat. Anyway, the 3-hour edition of Raw, the No Way Out go-home show, the whole focus was on Vince McMahon's job review of Johnny Ace. And before we go into the review, good crowd tonight, wasn't it, down there in Connecticut?
Oh, it was, with the crowd there. Obviously, they're all pumped up because of the news of Vince McMahon. Obviously, in the show before No Way Out, they needed to be alive, just make this show feel important. Yeah,
and that was the selling point of this show, pretty much. So it was no surprise, really, that we opened up with Johnny Ace, and pretty much they thought, WWE thought to themselves, let's just pump this in a little bit, and they go straight to Vince McMahon, limping and pimping out to actually quite a big pop, and the little exchange between Vince McMahon and Johnny Ace, in my opinion, was kind of, I don't know, kind of awkward. I don't know how you felt about this, but I felt the exchange was a little bit awkward. It felt like Vince McMahon was really just trying to get one up on one of his employees.
I think at this moment in time, maybe Vince McMahon is annoyed with how the WWE has become recently, and he's thinking that Johnny Ace coming in weren't paid off as much as he was hoping for. So I think there's a bit of personal stuff here, just his feeling towards Laurinaitis right now.
Despite the fact that he is the CEO, and he's the one who essentially makes all the decisions. You only have yourself to blame there, Vince McMahon. But anyway, then out comes Sheamus. They got Sheamus coming out. You know that WWE are really going to push Sheamus as a top guy when he's coming out in a segment like this, basically saying that Johnny Ace is the worst GM ever, and Johnny Ace says he's going to find an opponent for him later. And then Vince McMahon says that if Raw isn't good enough tonight, he will fire Johnny Ace in the main event. Oh, God.
And two things I'm going to say about this. Number one, when Vince McMahon's going to say 2 words, you're fired.
And you know,
I felt goosebumps about this. It was awesome to hear those words again, and hopefully we'll hear them again soon.
You're not hearing them tonight, brother. Have you noticed in this segment how Vince is really trying to pander to the fans here, and they push the mobility scooter off the stage and everything? It's like Vince McMahon really, really wants to be accepted by the mainstream, doesn't he? You could tell that in this segment. But a good opening that set up the main angle on Raw. It's just a shame that that really didn't have anything to do with No Way Out, but it did later on in the main event. So,
well, I have no problems. It was a pretty quick opener, got straight to the point like Vince McMahon should. He spoke about Laurinaitis, said what was coming later tonight, the main event. Very nice done. Sheamus coming in, yes. Instead of having Cena coming out, the same old thing. Bringing Sheamus in, who they're hoping to build up, was something different. Made the SmackDown part of it look important. So I had no problem with the opener. Very nicely done, and looking forward to the main event.
Sheamus versus Tensai was next. Tensai came out meaning business, didn't he? He was like, fuck you, Sakamoto. I'm coming out and I'm going to mean business. But, of course, as we thought might happen, Sheamus gets the victory. And it's kind of funny. You see the bro kick is kind of slowly becoming the new RKO-like kind of move, out of nowhere, so to speak. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, it is. And the thing about this match, it was quite strongly done, obviously, with Tensai and the WWE trying to make him seem important, like a strong guy to go against main eventers. He was booked pretty well in this match, but obviously their concentration, especially for No Way Out, was to give Sheamus the win against someone that they're hoping to book strong.
And quite a strong win at that as well. After the match, though, you had Lord Tensai beating down Sakamoto, so it's back to FCW jobbing down there to Sakamoto, and it's kind of like they're kind of thinking to themselves, man, we need to try and get this guy a reaction, and this is one of the only ways we're going to be able to do it. You know, that's kind of what it felt like to me. They were trying to get some kind of reaction because he's had none, which is why he's flopped.
And the thing is, this Sakamoto guy, he's not really well known, unless you watch FCW and that. If you don't watch that, you're like, oh, he's just attacking him, his manager, blah, blah, blah. There's not really much to it. So if that was his way of getting heat, I think it was a bit of a weak way of doing it. But what do you expect from Tensai? There's not going to be much strong heel heat from him, not just yet anyway.
I watch FCW. I love FCW. Right, the 1000th edition of Raw is going to be coming up soon, and apparently they're going to make it feel like a pay-per-view. There's going to be loads of returns and stuff, so that should be pretty good. They're going to advertise it really heavily now, unlike what TNA did with their live show. So expect a lot of advertisements, legends and stuff like that returning for that show.
And with this 1000th episode, they have all these like past matches, favourite moments. Very building it up nicely. Keep doing it. I think this Slammiversary just kept showing matches to build it up to it. They're doing this. They're trying to make it important, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully we'll see the debut of Dean Ambrose. That's all I'll say about that. Santino and Layla versus Ricardo Rodriguez and Beth Phoenix. And might I say, was it me, NJ, or was I the only one who had Glamourella flashbacks in this one?
Especially at the end. We'll get to that later. But the thing about this match, as soon as I saw this happening, I was thinking, is this WWE teasing 2 filler matches for No Way Out? Because we have Santino probably going against Rodriguez, and we have Layla and Beth Phoenix. Just like 2 things going on there. If not that, then they're just trying to pump up Layla and Beth Phoenix.
It looks like they're going to try and pump up Layla and Beth Phoenix. And to be honest, it's got to the point now where the Divas Championship is more of a focal point than the US Championship. And I must admit, they do need to get that belt, in my opinion, off Santino, because the US title at the moment is meaningless. And the fact they're putting him with Ricardo Rodriguez, as entertaining as it is, by the way, because Ricardo Rodriguez is freaking awesome. He is a believer, by the way. He definitely is a believer. But it looks like they're going to do Beth versus Layla at No Way Out, and this was kind of like another bit of entertainment for Santino and Ricardo. Ricardo Rodriguez is fucking gold right now, that boy.
There's 2 things I want to say about this. Number 1, the WWE cannot do this. You cannot have John Cena shirts flashing everywhere. John Cena in the spotlight like he has been for the last many years. And you have now, and another thing that I really hate, a Justin Bieber involvement in the show. You cannot do that. I watch wrestling for wrestling, not 2 things I hate. And the other thing is, Rodriguez is entertaining. There's the Cobra, turn around, walk to the post, bam, knocked out. Very funny. Beth Phoenix gets the win, makes her look strong, the champion look strong, going to No Way Out. End of.
Even as a massive death metal fan, I still found that Justin Bieber thing kind of funny, even though I hate Justin Bieber with a passion. But there we go. A very entertaining segment, in my opinion, for what it was. We had then at our main event, the first of, 3 main events, I guess you could say, on this show. We had the Bryan and Punk promo segment. You know, this was kind of funny, really, because you had CM Punk, you had Daniel Bryan on the mic saying, "Once you're going Bryan, there's no point in trying." And they're still kind of fighting the grain with Daniel Bryan because he's getting face reactions and he's trying to be heel. And I felt like the interaction between him and CM Punk was very good in this promo segment because they know each other quite well. So you know the interaction between them 2 is going to be pretty good, with Punk saying he likes crazy chicks and how he hasn't changed and calling Daniel Bryan goat face and stuff. It was funny, trending worldwide.
Hashtag goat face. The thing about this is, I'm not really a fan of Bryan and Mike, but with this, the fact he's got a purpose here and he knows he's going in a good direction right now, his mic skills were a lot better. He knew what to say, what to bring. CM Punk did the exact same thing. Very nicely done. A good segment here. Comedy aspects dropped in here and there, but very nicely done.
Had Kane and AJ come out as well. Oh, God. Kane talks about his pipe bombs being actual pipe bombs, and then out comes AJ. Kane, apparently, AJ has seen the light in Kane's heart, and apparently CM Punk is awesome and cool, not Daniel Parkin, who is not cool at all. Fucking AJ.
The thing about this is that with Kane on the mic, he actually proved that he's a real pipe bomb. Then you have the backdoor reason saying how he's going to become the champion. Them all getting involved. This was really another way of the last few weeks pumping up this match, making it seem important. They all got there. They all had their say. And I really felt that there was something going on here, that they all got their say, their own words were put towards the match, and I thought this was a good segment.
It would set up what would be for the match later. We'll save that for later. We then had our 4-way elimination #1 contendership match because obviously we know Del Rio's got an injury, so they needed a new #1 contender. And Teddy Long, of all people, set up the match with 4 former World Heavyweight champions, Christian versus Ziggler versus Swagger versus Great Khali. And the first thing you look at it here, and you look at like Ziggler, Swagger, and Khali, and you're like, man, they're former World Heavyweight champions. God damn, that shows how bad this business has gotten over these last sort of 10 years.
And the sad thing is, as much as that is true, I look at this match and there's 2 things I notice. #1, instead of having Khali, why not have The Miz? I know he's not been doing much. He's a guy that would have been a lot better. More fans would like to see The Miz in a match. Yeah, he hasn't really been deserving it, but better than the Khali. And the second thing is, when I saw this match, I was thinking, who's Khali going to give a concussion next?
That's very true. And I think Miz is currently being a hero and filming fight scenes in Marine 3, so unfortunately he couldn't be there tonight. Get well soon, Miz. You'll return as a babyface probably. The one thing I noticed about this match, as soon as they got rid of Khali, the match is actually pretty good in my opinion. The crowd is very, very funny to see the crowd really getting behind Ziggler in this match, and which made me, I really wasn't surprised that Ziggler won this match. Ziggler and Christian had a nice little exchange. It makes sense for Ziggler to win, even though he hasn't been booked very well. He's the only guy he's the most kind of credible guy just floating around, not really doing anything. So putting him in that spot as a temporary match, I guess it was kind of forced upon them because of the Del Rio injury. It'd be a nice chance for Ziggler to show himself in a main event spot.
The thing about this is that I quite liked it because, one, it's still teasing the Ziggler and Swagger breakup because Ziggler got the pin on him. The match was really competitive, really nicely done. Could have gone either way. We knew that Christian's got a match at No Way Out, so he wasn't going to win. But there were still spots when you thought he could win. But Ziggler going on, showing that he can compete in a long enough match against 3 of the wrestlers. Very nicely done. Ziggler put on a entertaining match, and I can just say that the right person won here. He's going to go up against Sheamus again for the title. They had this little thing on the ramp when he's holding the belt up, getting face to face. Very nicely done. Warmed up. They couldn't really do much. Maybe they'll do a bit more on SmackDown. But I'll just say this. This match has got me semi-looking forward to seeing Ziggler in a title picture match.
I'm probably looking forward to it now more than I was with Del Rio because his booking was equally as poor. But there we go. It's funny. They had that segment with Brodus Clay and Vince McMahon. You can tell Vince McMahon is very behind the Brodus Clay Funkasaurus gimmick when he is voluntarily doing a segment like this. Would you not agree with me on that one?
Yeah, they didn't really have Brodus Clay. They just had his dance sets there, speaking away, trying to compliment Vince, trying to get Vince on their side. And this is maybe going to be a good way of eventually booking Funkasaurus better, building up to whatever's going to come next. And hopefully he'll start to get feuds and importance. So maybe this is a click of something. And you're seeing Vince McMahon dancing. What a comedy segment. And that's it.
You know what the Funkadactyls should have told Vince McMahon? Get Brodus Clay in a fucking feud. That's what they should have said to him. Damn, if only the Smarks were the Funkadactyls, that's all I'll say. We had Ryback versus 2 local jobbers. Typical Ryback squash match, really, wasn't it?
Repeat,
rinse, lather, repeat, pretty much. Although I do like the Ryback character. Do need to start doing new stuff with Vince McMahon, especially if you wanted to get over a bit more. I'm just saying. That JR joke was very tasteless by Vince McMahon, wasn't it? Him going, "Argh!" That was, for a guy like JR...
Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
I can't believe they made a joke that tasteless. Really was tasteless in my opinion. Fuck you, Vince McMahon, for doing that.
The thing about that is obviously, yeah, Hornswoggle got his bit of TV time on Raw, so something special for him. He had SmackDown, he's got Raw. But this obviously wasn't the main focus here, because I think it was just to add Vince McMahon in another segment, because he was shown throughout the night for this special Raw.
William Regal appearance. Remember when he kissed Vince McMahon's ass?
That's the way they brought him in. Very nicely done. I'm hoping to see more from William Regal, but I think that little segment there, apart from the Hornswoggle thing, was nicely done, and obviously hints, because you talked to Otunga, because Otunga was trying to suck in there, you know, trying to get involved with Vince McMahon, but no.
Looking forward to Regal versus Ambrose on the final episode of FCW this coming month. And also, apparently Vince McMahon doesn't like lawyers that much, does he? Because he really rubbed into Otunga the wrong way this episode, didn't he?
Oh, very nicely done.
The No Way Out pre-show, we're going to get Brodus Clay versus Otunga. Brodus Clay's winning there, I guess. Well, we'll save that for the preview show, but you already know our thoughts on that one. Kofi Kingston versus Big Show in a cage match. We had Show taking out R-Truth before... a couple of segments beforehand, and Kofi wanted Big Show in a match, which is why this match was done. Apparently, R-Truth has got a broken foot, so he won't be wrestling for some time now. You wonder what they're going to do with the tag titles, but for now, it looks like the tag champs are going to be jobbing to bigger stars.
The thing about this is the golden foot dance boy R-Truth is not. He made it 2 Raws. I give him that. The way to wipe him out was a knockout punch, but okay, that's taken him out for a few weeks or something. But I think Kofi wanted to step in. I think it's the best way for the WWE to rub out the tag team champions just for No Way Out. So I thought this was okay for what it was. We don't really picture Kofi Kingston beating the Big Show.
No, but you know what? Big Show really should have knocked out Little Jimmy, because that little guy has it coming to him, doesn't he, really? The Big Show, the cage match, it's funny, you looked at this match, and the match wasn't great or anything, but Big Show got a lot of heat, which is good to see, and you have Big Show knocking out Kofi Kingston and just walking out the cage, continuing this dominant streak, as Michael Cole said, like, Alex Riley, John Cena, and all the rest of them like that.
The thing I like about this match is that with Big Show trying to get as much heel heat as you can, like you said, he teased around before actually completely finishing Kofi Kingston off. Kofi Kingston did a few moves to make him look interesting, close pin over Big Show, but we all knew Big Show was going to get the win. And the walk up the cage, I still hate walking up the cage door. What else is Big Show going to do? He did that, walked out, got the win. That's really it. But I'll just say, it got Big Show a strong enough win to step on to John Cena.
Which is what he needed, really. Sin Cara versus Kurt Hawkins. Oh, God. Amazing how little reaction this match got, considering Sin Cara is supposed to be this sort of big guy. And it really just showed you, like, compared to the reaction he used to get, he just doesn't get any right now. And it shows that's what lack of momentum does to you. The fans were chanting more for Kurt fucking Hawkins in this match. For God's sake, it shows you how bad they've done with Sin Cara, really, since the whole injury shit with him at Survivor Series.
As much as the fans didn't really give the right reaction that WWE may have wanted, I will say this. It was still a good match from Sin Cara. Not much bad going on it. He still did his moves, flips and that. Got the win that he needs to, because obviously the WWE are going to keep concentrating on him. So I'm not going to say too much bad about this match. Just the crowd weren't with it like the WWE were hoping for. Yeah,
I just think Sin Cara's got really slow and sloppy since he's got back from his injury. But that will probably come with practice, so I'm not going to bash on it too much. Oh man, to celebrate the 1000th edition of Raw coming up in 6 weeks' time, they had a former main eventer facing Heath Slater in the one-man band. No, I didn't hear any reaction because Heath Slater fucking sucks. He's a ginger Wendy's bastard. Faced Vader? Vader time, baby! This was a fucking awesome segment. Mark-out moment of the night. Vader fucking squashed the guy who I hate most, Heath Slater. Go on, Vader. Brilliant. Vader time.
To see Vader back in the WWE, this was a big, strong moment because with fans who've grown up watching wrestling, see Vader, see his dominance, and for him to come back, yeah, the fans chant the same thing, you still got it, but you expect it from any old school wrestler to be in a ring wrestling. But at the same time, Vader did show how much of a big, strong guy he is and how much of a dominant guy he is by squashing Heath Slater. And I can say this was a good match. Yes, you call it bitter, but it's hyping up towards the 1000th episode, which you'll probably see over the next couple of weeks.
And in a 3-hour show, you do need a couple of like entertainment filler segments, so this was one of them. I think the "You Still Got It" chants though were a bit like, nah, no, he's quite overrated, guys. He's 57. He doesn't still have it. Let's not pander too much, crowd. I'm just saying. But the whole Vader time, brilliant. I really marked out for that. The Be a Star bullying campaign, NJ. I want to ask you a question. Is it right for WWE to do an anti-bullying campaign when they bully Vicky Guerrero consistently about her weight despite losing a lot of it? Is that right? Is that correct? Because that just sounds like hypocrisy to me.
Well, in most WWE fans' eyes, when Vicky Guerrero gets picked on, yes, she may not like it, but it's for the entertainment-wise. You get crowds liking it, laughing at King's joke, blah, blah, blah. So for that purpose, I guess they see it as okay. You know, Vicky doesn't like it, so it's a bit shame on Vicky. But this whole bullying thing, I guess they're trying to progress the PG thing a bit more than what they already have.
David Otunga as a spokesman. A heel as a spokesman. That wouldn't have been the way in the 90s. Kayfabe is definitely dead nowadays, isn't it, NJ?
Great to see Stephanie again.
Great to see Stephanie and her beautiful face. Wow, this match was set up earlier in the night by John Laurinaitis. CM Punk and AJ versus Bryan and Kane. Oh my god. You knew as soon as the Shining Wizard happened in the first minute of the match that they were going to be really rushing this because of the main event segment, and this was very rushed, but the main bit of the match was when Kane had a bit of a, what do we call it, a slip-up? The Devil's Favourite Demon may have had a little hole in his heart from a little AJ, a little girl called AJ, yes?
The thing about this is that obviously with AJ getting to the ring, you do question what the WWE are going to do here, and you see Kane just standing there just saying, I'm not doing this. AJ's doing all this dancing around the ring, and the thing is, when she jumped up and started kissing him, my liking of AJ grew a bit because right, you're doing the right thing there, you're away from Bryan. But the thing is, I was expecting Kane to still show he's a monster and just collapse forward, so he's not actually beating her up or anything, but he gets the 1, 2, 3. But other than that, this match was more, showing AJ's involvement, and that she'll probably pick the winner at No Way Out.
It's all done for angle advancement purposes, and I must admit, the whole thing between Kane and AJ was quite interesting to me, especially as a guy who really is into AJ, and like CM Punk, I'm also kind of into crazy chicks. Well, specifically AJ. I'm more into nerds personally, but that's just me. Hence why I like AJ so much. But AJ is messing around with these guys. Now she's going to be a pivotal factor of this storyline, you would think, going into No Way Out. So to showcase her a little bit here, I didn't have any problems with it, considering we didn't get that great of a match. It was all about furthering on this angle with AJ having control over Punk, possibly Kane and Daniel Bryan, all that kind of shit going on, really.
For this purpose, it did not the greatest job this match, but it was more, you've had Bryan, Punk and Kane all doing their segments in the past few weeks. This show was concentrating on AJ, because you did see her throughout the night doing spots here and there. So I think that this has really done her part, being able to pay-per-view, a good job.
Can't believe AJ's cheating on me again. But anyway, we get to the main event segment, which this show was pretty much built around, you could say. Numerous segments throughout the night of Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and all that kind of stuff. Vince's decision. So we basically get this segment where Vince McMahon comes out with security and is just about to fire John Laurinaitis when Big Show comes out and cuts this promo on blaming Vince McMahon for his failures as a sports entertainer and stuff. And then we get John Cena coming out saying for once everything revolves around Big Show, and if Big Show doesn't beat him in No Way Out, then there'll be no one left to blame for but himself. What did you think of how they developed this, going from the firing to all of a sudden Big Show and Cena interacting?
This was pretty strongly done. I did think this was a great way to finish it, because you had John Laurinaitis and Vince in the ring first. Vince McMahon saying, the security are here for you, because someone's going to be walking out this arena tonight. Get out my ring and all that stuff. Really tends to people's heartbeats raises in. Yes, do it! But obviously that did not come. Out comes Big Show, and his mic skills and this promo out of the past ones was not boring. He had direction here. He knew exactly what he was saying. He got in the boss's face. And then obviously Cena came out, and even Cena here, as much as I think he's a jackass, his words here, he knew exactly what he was saying again. He got straight to the point. Frustrated Big Show, stuck up with Vince McMahon, and actually showed strong points here. And I just thought it was very nicely done.
It seemed like Big Show was being very honest and passionate for all the spots that Vince McMahon has actually put him in as a sports entertainer and stuff. And I even thought John Cena, I know a lot of people will rag on John Cena for his mic skills, but he does have pretty good mic skills at the end of the day. And he did make some good points about Big Show, only being able to blame himself after blaming everyone else. So I thought the mic work and the execution here was pretty good. And the way they had the segment end, you had Vince McMahon saying, "Well, I'll be ringside, and if Big Show loses, then Johnny Ace is going to be fired." And Big Show knocked out Vince McMahon by mistake as well to end the show, knocking out Vince McMahon.
The stipulation, I saw it coming. I was just thinking, obviously, this is not the right time to fire John Laurinaitis. As much as it could have been done just there and then and finished it all that quickly done. But the fact it didn't happen, as soon as Big Show music hit, you thought, right, there's something going to be leading on to this, add a stipulation to the match, because that's the next thing coming at No Way Out. They did it, nicely done. Vince is going to be there, even after the knockout punch, which is obviously putting Big Show in a bad area, as well as John Laurinaitis. It's adding, even though you call this feud boring, this match has just got a lot more interesting.
Indeed, and that is what this segment does. And that is what Vince McMahon brings to the table, even if he only appears on the show like once every, say, 6 months. But the stipulation was kind of needed to make this a little bit more interesting, because people really just weren't interested in seeing John Cena versus Big Show. So this stipulation with Johnny Ace's job on the line was kind of needed, and the whole knockout Vince McMahon by accident at the end was a pretty nice way to end the show as well, going into No Way Out. But at the end of the day, guys, we still only have 5 matches announced for No Way Out, which is just not enough, in my opinion. Even though they hyped up a lot of them tonight, 5 matches just isn't enough.
Like I said earlier, they have teased a few things that could not be announced, but probably get thrown into the pay-per-view. And they teased it at least, so it's done something, but they should really be announced. But overall, I think this has done quite good for No Way Out, added the interest in a lot more areas.
I think with Vince McMahon there, it did, it was in my opinion, a very good 3-hour show. If we can expect a 3-hour show like this every week from WWE, which we probably won't, then I would be happy with the 3-hour with the 3-hour Raw. But unfortunately, I don't think we will. But overall, this Raw I thought was quite entertaining. A lot of good segments in there. Some good entertaining segments. Vince McMahon being in there was pretty good. The main angle was pretty good. The segment seemed to hype up the 4 pay-per-view matches they have. And, even though there was a fair amount of filler in there, it was still a very entertaining Raw, in my opinion.
One guy was missing.
Who's that?
None other than Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah. Cody Rhodes wasn't on. I didn't even notice. That's how good the show was, guys. Cody Rhodes wasn't on the show, and I didn't even notice. I'm expecting a Cody Rhodes segment on SmackDown at some point. So there we go. Overall, I'll give this a B+. It was a pretty strong Raw.
Throughout the whole show, a few slip-ups, but they quickly got fixed. I was really entertained by this Raw. Lots of things that got me laughing, things that got me looking forward to No Way Out. So I'm going to say this was a really great Raw, better than what we have been getting. For a 3-hour Raw, they did a very good job.
Yeah, and apologies for the length of the review, guys, but we had a lot to say on this 3-hour Raw, so that's why we've gone 25 minutes, kind of similar to our Slammiversary review, I guess.
I'm not apologising to you YouTubers.
It's a great way to get heel heat. Well, I'm so over as a face right now, I guess, even with my sarcasm. Put your thoughts on this edition, the 3-hour edition of Raw, in that comment section below, and all I can say is, People Power reigns supreme, hopefully after No Way Out, and I'll now pass you on to this guy, where he's got so much heat right now. It's none other than NJ, Terminator NJ.
YouTubers, thank you very much for watching this video. Please share your thoughts. You better share your thoughts in the comments section below. And all I'm going to say now is tune in for our future videos. And from Mr. Parkin and me, Terminator NJ. Till next time, YouTubers. Hasta la vista, YouTubers.